Good morning, everyone. Welcome to today's class session. Once again. Okay. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to today's class session. In last session, we discussed about chart of accounts structure. We configured a chart of accounts structure with 4 segments. So let's continue discussing about chart of accounts structure instance concept. Log into the application with our implementation user. Navigate to setup and maintenance. Navigate to setup and maintenance. So navigate to procurement offering. Navigate to procurement offering. So select financial reporting structures functional area. Select manage chart of account structure. Anything navigation is fine. Directly search it. Accounting flexible with search. So we created a structure yesterday. Then what is this structure instance? A structure instance is a new concept in cloud application. So we don't have in e-business suite. Then how it will work? So for example, let's take an example in e-business suite. EBS, okay. So I have a chart of account structure which is SEP underscore chart of accounts. So I have 2 ledgers. One is US ledger, another one is UK ledger. Can I use same chart of account to different ledgers? First thing.
Yes.
Yes, we can use the same chart of account for both ledgers. So that means, so both ledgers SEP underscore COA we are going to use. SEP underscore COA we are going to use for both ledgers. So in SEP underscore COA, what are the segments is there? What are those segments? So SEP underscore company, SEP underscore account, SEP underscore department, and SEP underscore location. So same segments will come for UK ledger or not? Same segments will come for UK ledger or not? Yes or no? Guys, are you able to hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we can.
So same segments, if you are using same chart of accounts, then same segments will be applicable for
Yes.
UK ledger also, correct?
Yes.
So in this scenario, so for US ledger, I want to use company, account, department, and location by using SEP underscore chart of account structure. For UK ledger also, I want to use same SEP underscore chart of account structure, but I don't want to use location segment. So is this possible in e-business suite? First point.
As long as we are using the same chart of accounts, I don't think this is
So
can be
as
achieved.
long as we are using same chart of accounts, we cannot remove one segment for specific ledger. Then what we are going to do, we are going to choose some dummy value 000 every time like that. Correct? For UK ledger also we need to maintain SCP underscore location segment. And what we are going to do, we are going to choose one dummy value every time. Correct?
Yes.
So first thing, if we want to maintain single chart of account structure for 2 different ledgers, then you need to use all these segments in the chart of account structure for both ledgers in e-business suite application. This is one scenario. So that means we cannot change in the terms of segments. For example, for US ledger, I want to go with a 4 segment structure. So for UK ledger, I want to go with the 3 segment structure. It is not possible when you want to maintain single chart of account structure. If you want to maintain, so 4 segment structure for US ledger and 3 segment structure for UK ledger, then what you have to do? What do you have to do in EBS?
Create one more chart of account.
So you have to configure another chart of account structure, which is not suggestible way in any business. So that is the reason we will go with the dummy value in UK ledger. So same ways, this is one scenario. For SEP and company segment, how we are going to get the values? How we are going to get the values?
By creating flex fields for this
No, no, no.
September.
From
No.
value set, we are going to get the values, right?
Yes.
So
Value
from
set.
value set,
Right.
so for SCP underscore company in US ledger, I want to maintain a value set like US underscore company value set, and in UK ledger, I want to maintain value like SCP underscore UK underscore company value set. That means I want to maintain different value sets for, so same segment. I want to maintain different value sets based on the ledger. Is that possible in EBS? Segment is same, SCP underscore company. Chart of account also same. But for each and every ledger, I want to maintain different value set. Is that
Uh,
possible?
Sharath, while we're counting the flex fields, right, we will place this value set on under this application level, right?
Yes,
So
application
in
level or
EBS.
enterprise. That means can we use or not? In
No, we
EBS.
cannot then.
So we cannot use so different value sets for single segment which belongs to single chart of account structure. That means what are the limitations we have? Limitations in EBS. So limitations in EBS. First thing, so we cannot maintain different segment, different segments by using, I mean, so different segment structure, different segment structure based on ledgers for single COA. That means by using single chart of account structure, so we cannot maintain 4 segment structure and 3 segment structure separately for different ledgers. So you have to maintain 4 segment structure for any ledger. You need to maintain 4 segment structure for any ledger. Okay, so this is one limitation we have, as well as another limitation is what? We cannot maintain different value sets. We cannot maintain different value sets for single segment. So for multiple ledgers, if we want to maintain different value sets, so system won't support us in e-business suite, correct? So correct me if I'm wrong in these two scenarios, these limitations. I'm clearly mentioning we cannot maintain. It's not we can, it's we cannot maintain. So correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes, correct.
Okay. Is this clear? The limitations what we have in e-business suite. Is this clear for everyone? Or any doubts?
It's clear, Sarath.
Okay, 1% clear. Others?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Sharath.
Okay.
Yes, Sharath.
So then
Yes, sir.
to overcome these limitations, in cloud, Oracle came up with solution COA instance, chart of account structure instance. Oracle came up with a solution, chart of account structure instance concept. Then how this will works? So we are going to use, we defined one chart of account structure, which is SEP percentile. So chart of accounts. Here in this chart of accounts, we have how many segments we have? We have 4 segments. Then, so cloud application. So then, for example, how I am going to overcome this one? I have US ledger and UK ledger. Video is not enabled. Are you guys unable to view my screen? Are you able to see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So video is not required, Raghu. Okay. Okay. So we have two ledgers. So US ledger and UK ledger. For both ledgers, I want to use single chart of accounts, SEP underscore chart of accounts for both ledgers. I want to use same chart of accounts for both ledgers. So what are those ledgers? US ledger and UK ledger. But in US ledger, I want to maintain 4 segment structure. And in UK ledger, I want to maintain 3 segment structure. This is one scenario. Another scenario, same. So for same, so in US ledger, I want to maintain SEP underscore US underscore company value set. So that means value sets I want to maintain differently. For UK ledger, I want to maintain different value set like SEP underscore UK underscore company value set. So for the single segment, I want to maintain different value sets. So this scenario also possible. How? With the help of chart of account structure instance. Then how we will configure is, we have a concept of SEP COA. So this is chart of account structure. By using this SEP COA, we are going to configure SEP underscore. So two different structure instances. One structure instance is US underscore COA instance. Another one is SEP underscore UK underscore COA instance. So we are going to assign different instances to different ledgers. For US ledger, we are going to assign this instance. For UK ledger, we are going to assign this instance. First, let's go to instance, then again come back. So go to manage structure instance. So click on create. So structure instance code SEP underscore COA instance. So chart COA nothing but chart of accounts. COA instance. So name, description is not mandatory. By default, it is enabled. That means we are using this structure instance. Dynamic combination creation allowed. That means system will allow us to create a dynamic combinations. System will allow us to create a dynamic combinations. Short and aliases. If you want to allow short aliases names, you can enable. So at this moment, we are not going to enable. See here, we have a concept of structure name. By using which structure you are creating this instance. So select SEP. See, this structure is having all these segments, correct? This structure is having all these segments, correct? Correct or wrong?
Yes.
So what I'm going to do, rather than SEP underscore COA, SEP underscore IN, India COA instance. So let's take an example, SEP India COA instance. So this is my naming convention. For India, I want to maintain 4 segments. See here, the specific segment required or not, we are going to choose here. Select edit. So required checkbox. As well as we can update value set at structure instance level or not. Can we update here or not? We can update here, right? Okay, you will get the difference.
Yes.
So, for example, for India, I want to enable all 4 segments. Select enable required checkbox. Select OK. So, a department value set. Select department value set. Click on edit button. So, click on required checkbox. Select OK. So then click on location value set. Select required checkbox. Select OK. So select save. Select save. Select save and close.
Hi, Sarath. What is the dynamic combination?
Dynamic combination nothing but manually you can choose your own accounting combinations in any transaction. So if you don't enable the checkbox, we have a concept of manage account combinations. First, you need to define combination like 100.1000.000.000 is one combination. So once you create the combination, then only we can use that combination of values in any transaction.
Okay.
So now we created one structure instance. So what I will do is select done, select done. I will create one more value set. So manage chart of account value set. Select create. So SCP underscore US underscore company value set. So ledger, general ledger, validation type independent, value data type character, value subtype text. So maximum length some here I am going to use only maximum length 2. Let's take. So we want to see some small difference. So select save and close. Select save and close. So go to manage chart of account structures. Select search. Select manage structures first. Search our structure. So select edit. So for company segment, what is the value set we are using? For company segment, what is the value set we are using? What is the value set?
Company value.
Company
So
value set.
that means at
Company
chart of
value.
account structure level, we can maintain only single value set, correct?
Yes.
But for
Yes.
each and every ledger, I want to maintain separate value set for same company segment. I want to use segment, same segment. Then what? How this one will work? Do not disturb any setup in chart of account structure. So navigate to chart of account structure instance. So for for India ledger, I created one instance. So let likewise create one more instance. So SCP underscore US underscore COA underscore instance. So this is another instance which I'm going to use for US ledger. So structure name, but for same I want to use single chart of account structure only. So that means do we need to create another structure for another ledger? No, right? We can use same chart of account. Correct or wrong?
Correct.
So then click on edit. So this segment is required first thing, and by default for SCP underscore company, what is the value set populated from chart of account structure?
SAP company value set.
SCP company value set. So now, rather than using this value set, click on search SCP underscore percentage. So US company value set. So I'm going to use this company value set, select OK. So likewise, for account, I'm going to maintain account. Here also you can maintain a different value set, but with the help of single structure. So, and the department I'm going to use. So department also required checkbox. So required checkbox. But location I don't want to use. Location I don't want to use. Then what we are going to do? We are going to disable required, as well as even if you don't want to display, you can uncheck displayed also, as well as you can uncheck BA enabled also. Anything is possible, right? Now we have this option. So for example, at this moment, let's keep as required. Let's take example. Select save. Select save and close. That means SCP percentile structure instance. So how many instances we have here? How many instances we created?
2
instances.
So by using how many structures?
Only one structure.
So by using single
Only one
structure, we can configure 2 instances. Then what I am going to do when I created a primary ledger, so I'm going to assign for India ledger, I'm going to assign INCOA instance, which is going to populate a different value set. So for US ledger, I'm going to assign this US COA instance, which is going to populate another value set. Correct me if I'm wrong.
So in other words, instead of giving the structure, we are
Yes, we are not
giving
going
an
to give
instance.
structure in cloud application. Instead of giving structure, we are going to give structure instance.
Okay, can we directly assign the structure instead of if I use only one instance,
Yeah, we
let's
can
take in
use
one
only one
structure.
structure instance. But
So
structure
in that
instance
case,
setup also
we have to
mandatory.
create. Okay, that's what I like.
Structure instance setup also mandatory. Okay, so select done. Select done. So Deploy flexible, nothing but compiling flexible. Earlier we have a concept of freeze flexible, freezing that key flexible structure. Now that that don't have any separate functionality. So anyhow, we already came out of the form that says they removed that functionality. By default, it will freeze and directly deploy the flexible, nothing but compiling the flexible in e-business suite terminology. So click on deploy flexible. So here you can see the deployment progress. So far 5% is completed. So 100% should complete and it should end with 0 errors. So warning is fine and it should end with 0 errors. Sometimes in your demo environments, what you are practicing, you may face some errors. So that's not because of your mistakes. Some others did some mistake also, which will affect everyone, because this setup is application level. But in real time, we are going to maintain single only, easy to debug. In demo environment, if you face any issue, just let me know. I will open that application and I will debug that one. Okay. So far 77% is completed. So far 77% is completed. Now 99% is completed. It should complete 100% and it should complete successfully without any errors. It should complete without errors. So we need to use only COI instance for assignment. Yes, CPA, we need to assign. So COI instance only, not structure. But how we are creating this instance? With the help of structure only. Okay. Deployment completed. Start a new session of runtime application. That means ideally system is asking you to log out and log in back, but it's not mandatory. So earlier it is mandatory. You know the deployment status, you can see deployed successfully. You can see deployed successfully. Select done. So first let me copy this information and let me paste in our Excel document. So this Excel document I am going to share everyone by next week. So by next week we are going to complete enterprise structure. So I'm going to share next week. Okay. Okay. So then, so what are the forces required to implement ledger? What are the forces?
Calendar, currency, accounting method.
So
COI.
chart of accounts one is
Done.
completed and calendar, nothing but accounting calendar. So what is required? What is the naming convention, guys? Accounting
Manage.
calendar, correct?
Yes. Manage
So
account calendar.
accounting calendar is required. So accounting calendar, nothing but which is going to help us to identify our financial year. Based on accounting calendar only, we are going to take the financial year closing statements and we are going to pay tax to the government, as well as we will file ITRs and everything. So what is the financial year in India? What is the start date and end date?
April 1st to 31st.
April to March.
April 1st to March 31st. What is the financial year in US?
Jan to December.
Jan to December.
January 1st to December 31st. So that is what a financial year. So which we are going to configure as a accounting calendar and with the same setup in EBS. But the way we are going to configure this setup is very easy when compared to e-business suite. In e-business suite, each and everything like period name, quarters, everything we need to configure manually. But here system will create automatically for you. This is the automation process. Now go to manage accounting calendar. So these are the Oracle seeded calendars as well as created by some others. Let's create our own accounting calendar by click on create button. So the naming convention of accounting calendar, as we said, anything we are going to start with SEP underscore, and name has a limited, it's a limited for few characters only, that is the reason. So ACC space CAL. So the name I'm going to mention as ACC space CAL. Description I'm going to write in detail. SEP underscore accounting calendar. So start date. So we are doing our business in India ledger. So what is the start date in India? April 1st. April 1st is Sunday. So automatically the end date is going to be March 31st. That is a default system functionality. Automatically system will calculate end date as a March 31st. Okay. Period frequency. So how many periods you want to maintain? Usually we are going to maintain periods inventory. Earlier in EBS even we have inventory period, but that concept is removed in cloud. So we have ledger periods which we need to close on regular basis, payable periods, receivable periods, as well as FA periods, all cash management periods is there. All these things, why we are going to maintain with the help of periods only, we are going to close the specific month transactions, Then how you want to maintain periods? Period frequency, monthly. That means every 1 month we want to maintain one period, or else 4 by 5 period frequency, nothing but first 4 weeks is one period, another 4 weeks is another period, and third period is going to be 5 weeks. Likewise, system will generate the periods. So periods for ledger, payables, receivables, for across system will generate the periods. Then quarterly, for each and every quarter we are going to maintain one period. So weekly, each and every week we are going to maintain one period, or yearly basis. So ideally any business will follow which scenario? Period frequency. Which scenario most of the business will follow?
Monthly.
Monthly. That means
Most
each
business
and
will
every
monthly,
year,
or some
what
business will follow quarterly.
Sorry?
Some do follow quarterly as well, but mostly monthly.
No, some do will follow quarterly when they will maintain monthly as well as for fiscal year. If they want to maintain fiscal year closing, again they will create additional quarterly periods. Okay.
Yes.
So they will create additional periods. So that is a quarterly period. For example, so in that scenario, you have to choose other. And how many periods you want to maintain, you need to choose. Okay. So that is a different concept. So that means 12 periods or 15 or how many you want to maintain, you can choose. If you choose monthly, then system will create how many periods for one fiscal year? Sorry, one financial year.
12 periods.
12
12
periods.
periods. For 12 months system will create 12 periods. Each and every month we need to post all those transactions to the general ledger to close that particular period. So once we close in the period, we cannot post any other transactions. That is a standard functionality, financial functionality. So I'm going to maintain 12 periods. That is the reason monthly period frequency. Separator, how you are going to separate the name? This is the name. APR is the month and 19 is the year. So this is the format. So for example, I want to see the period in MMM YY calendar year. That means APR 2018. This is the format. How the period looks like, as well as this underscore is a separator. How you want to separate underscore or this hyphen. So how you want to use, you can separate. I'm going to use underscore only. So this is APR 2018 is first period. Then existing period. So by default, system will create 12 periods. But if there is any pending transactions, you want to post at the time of financial year closing. So all those pending transactions you can post in the last period, like March period, or else for those pending transactions, if you want to maintain any adjusting periods, you can maintain. So that is adjusting period frequency. Again, how many? So once at year end, at the year end, that means at March 31st, we are going to maintain one. Twice at year end, two adjusting periods at end of the year, or quarterly. Each and every quarter, we are going to maintain one adjusting period. So once at beginning of the year and once at end of the year. That means initially we are going to maintain one adjusting period, as well as at the time of closing, we are going to maintain another adjusting period. So likewise, so once at mid-year, After 6 months, we are going to maintain one adjusting period and once at year end. After at the end of year, we are going to maintain another. How many adjusting periods you want to maintain? You can choose based on this one. Earlier in EBS, we need to configure manually and we need to enable adjusting period checkbox. But here, based on this frequency, system will create and so system will automatically enable. Let's take, you don't want to go with any of these features. You say, I want to go some 5. Is that option is there here? I want to go with 5 adjusting periods. Is there any option that?
Other.
Other. You need to choose other. Then how many adjusting periods? Then we need to choose manually start date and end date like that. So here I'm going to choose one set year end. Then if you click on next, automatically system will create the periods. See, start date and end date, period name, period number, quarter number, everything is created by system or not?
Yes, sir.
So everything created by system automatically. System will create the, so let's choose ascending number. So quarter number ascending, okay. Automatically system will create the 12 periods for 12 months and a adjusting period for March 31st because we choose one set year end. So in future, if you want to create one more, once you save, you can see a click add year button, save it. So if you click on add year, automatically it will add for 2019 to 2020 also. System automatically will add a year. So click on add year. See, for 2020 financial year also, system added periods automatically. See, March till March 2020. So again, so how you want to see? You want to see all or 2019, how you want to see? You can see. So by click on these things. See, now the process is very easy. Earlier it used to take a lot of time, and if you do small mistake, again you need to remove all the lines and you need to rectify the mistake. But now automatically system will create for you.
Sarath, what is the field budgetary control only, that checkbox?
Budgetary control, nothing but. So if you want to maintain budget control account, so in your financial year, then this accounting calendar for specific budget control only, then we will maintain this budget control only. So we are not going to maintain any budget accounts, right? Our training is not financials. That's why I didn't enable the checkbox. So but if you want to maintain budget control in your for specific financial, let's take in this financial year, so by using this calendar, I want to control budget maximum spending amount. It should be like some 10 million only. So I mean spending amount. Likewise, if you want to control your budget, you can control. So then for which financial year you are going to so how you are going to control? So there is different setups as well as for specific calendar for specific by using specific calendar for specific ledger, we are going to control that one. So in this financial year, we are going to control the budget like that. Okay.
Hi, Sarath. Adjusting period frequency will be calculated based upon the creation date.
Adjusting period, first thing, based on a start date, a system will create start and end date for the financial year. Okay. Adjusting periods will be created based on the period frequency. As we choose one set year end, that means for 2019 fiscal financial year, what is the year end? March 31st, correct?
Oh, yes.
So then on March 31st, system will create one adjusting period.
It is calculated as 13th March.
31st March 2019.
Okay.
Because we choose the field one set year end. Again, if you want, you can change this start date for this adjusting period also.
The period name is coming as 13 March 2019.
Yes, 31st March 2019.
No, period name.
Period name. So this is the period name, 13th period. This is the extra adjusting period.
Okay.
So how you can see difference? So here the adjusting period checkbox is enabled automatically and the period name will come as 13_. Because it is the last adjusting period.
13 March, why it is came?
Sorry?
Period name, why it is populated as 13th March?
I mean, this is default functionality.
Okay.
So for adjusting periods, so first thing, so period format is, this is the format which we choose, which we can choose for anything, correct?
Yes.
So then same format will populate for adjusting period also, as it is the extra period. So it will add with a number. So what is the number of the period? That's it.
Okay.
This is a default functionality. If you want, you can override this one. Okay.
Okay.
Everyone clear with accounting calendar? Okay. Then select save and close. So now two C's are defined, and currency by default all 200 countries currency is available, and SLA will use Arkle seeded SLA only. Then let's configure ledger. So same navigation, navigate to setup and maintenance, navigate to procurement offering, select financial reporting structures functional area, select manage primary ledgers. So here we need to configure ledger setup. So ledger should be in complete status once we complete the setup, that's fine. So these are the Oracle seeded ledgers as well as created by some others. Let's create our own ledger by click on plus icon, create button. So name. So what is the name? SEP underscore primary ledger, primary ledger. So description. So SEP underscore primary ledger. So what I will do, SCP underscore IN underscore primary ledger. This is for India, right? This is for India implementation. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes.
So then chart of account. So here we have to go with structure instance. So which instance we need to take?
India.
So if you take IN instance, then the value sets will come with SCP company value set. If you take for US ledger, we can choose SCP underscore US CO instance. Likewise, we can maintain different value sets for different ledgers by using single structure. Now, is that clear for everyone?
Yes, sir.
Any questions? Now with this setups, any questions on this? Oh, sorry, it's actually I'm not feeling well. So, okay. So any questions on this now? That means we are going to maintain single chart of account structure only, but based on your requirement, for each and every ledger, you can maintain 3 segment structure, 3 segments or 4 segments, as well as you can maintain different value sets with the help of COA instance setup. Navigation for primary ledger, navigate to setup and maintenance, navigate to procurement offering, select financial reporting structures, functional area. There you can see manage primary ledger. So simple way to remember. So just go to financial reporting structure. All the basic ledger setups will be available there only. Just click on show all task. Okay. Okay. Then accounting calendar. Which accounting calendar we are going to use? SCP underscore accounting calendar. Currency, INR, Indian rupee. Accounting method, we are going to use standard accrual. Select, save and close. So guys, the reason why every time using procurement is the navigation wise. So financial reporting structure, you can see all the steps related to basic ledger. Just you need to do click on show all task if you don't find something. Okay. I mean, you don't need to make note of each and every navigation every time. So that is the reason to habituate the application. Initially, I'm using procurement offering. Now we
Sarath, what are all the different account methods available in the cloud?
account methods. No. Accounting method by default standard accrual is there. If you want, you can create your own SLA. Okay. SLA comes for each and every module. Okay. So you can define your own SLA also.
Okay.
Subledger accounting method, we can define our own SLA. So, but I'm using Oracle seeded standard accrual. In that standard accrual, in future for procurement, we'll discuss STAT setups. For remaining things, we are not going to discuss because our training is SEM and manufacturing. So this is completely financials. SLA will be configured by financials. That is the reason I'm using Oracle seeded SLA. So if you want to go with SLA discussion, that will take minimum 2 weeks, sir. Okay. Okay, we configured primary ledger. Now we need to define specified ledger options, nothing but accounting options in e-business suite. There we are going to choose what is the default retained earning account. Anyone remember that setup in EBS? Okay, so For that, first we need to define values in the value set. So far we defined entire structure, but we didn't configure any values. Did we configure or not?
No.
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 So go to manage chart of account, value set values. So search your value sets, SEP percentage. So first I'm going to configure in company value set. Click on manage values button. So click on create. So the why I asked you not to create earlier. Earlier we were unable to see summary, yellow posting and yellow budgeting because the flexi field not yet deployed. But once we assign this value set to structure and once the flexi field deployed, so you can see these extra columns. That is the reason I requested everyone not to create upfront. Okay, value. In real time, we are going to load these values with the help of ADF, DI or FBDIs. So here I am going to configure manually. So what is the maximum length I can maintain for company value set?
Up to 999.
No, company value set. What is the maximum? Yeah, 999. I mean maximum length nothing but you said 3 characters or 2 characters. Okay. Maximum value you can say 999. Maximum length nothing but how many characters?
3 characters.
So if you choose 4 characters, let's see MFG company. So by default it is enabled. If you don't want to use this value, so you have to disable start and end date. You can give the start and end dates for this value and sort order. How the how this value should show in the list of values. If you don't give the sort order, then by default, so seeded binary sorting will come into the picture, and the binary sort nothing but based on alphabets or numbers from one by one sequence, system will show us in the list of values for such criteria. Summary. Are you going to summarize this value for posting the journals? No, we're not going to summarize. Allow posting. We are going to allow to post in the journal general ledger, including budgeting also. Try to save it. See what is the error came. What is the error message? Someone has to read.
Value is too long.
Is too long. We cannot exceed 3 characters. So likewise in application, across application, so most of the areas, if you did some mistake, before saving, system will pop up a error message. Okay. Select save. So I created one value in company value set. Select save and close. Next, go to account value set. Go to manage values. Select create value. So value. So some 10,000 retained earnings account. So summary, no. Allow posting, yes. Allow budgeting, yes. Not why we have account type, third party, control, reconcile, all these columns came. What is the reason? Because of which setup all these columns populated? What is the setup?
While we're setting this, we have chosen this as the natural account.
Natural account segment. So we choose a flexible qualifier, nothing but segment label as the natural account segment. That is the reason we have to. System will ask you to choose what type of account. So this is completely different. What is for which account? What is that type? So usually, I mean, some intermediate books is there, commerce books. There we can see all this information. So now retained earning account, it should be owner's equity. Retained earning account should be owner's equity. Is this a third party control account? No. Reconciliation. Are you going to reconcile this account? If you want, yes. Reconciliation, yes. Or else, no. I'm not going to reconciliation. So you can restrict this account for specific financial category. It's not mandatory. So if you want to choose specific financial category, first thing it is retained earnings account. Another thing is which I am going to use for ledger level. So that means it will become other equity related. Where is others? Other, where is here? Others is there. Other equity related. So the financial category, other equity, or else you can keep as a blank also, or else you can keep as blank. So we can use across application, same value. Select save, anything is fine. Select save. I'm going to create one more value, one dummy value, a miscellaneous value. Select add one more row. So automatically these allow posting on will populate. For first time we need to choose. So value 9999. This is the maximum that they can maintain. Miscellaneous account. So account type, miscellaneous account, revenue account. Select save. select save and close. Now department. So department, I'm going to maintain one dummy value. Select manage values, select create. So 000, no department. So summary, no. Allow posting, yes. We are allowed to post this value in the general ledger in the form of journals, including we are even allowing to include in budgeting also. At this moment we are not maintaining budgeting. So in future, if you want to maintain budgeting also, we are going to allow. And location value set, click on manage values, click on create. So then choose no location. Summary, no. Allow posting, yes. Allow budgeting, yes. Select save, select save and close. Now this SEP US company value set, which we have to use for US ledger, but we are creating one ledger only. So I mean, just to show the difference, I created one more value set. For India ledger, I'm using SEP company value set only. Select, we defined values. Select save and close. Now let's go to specify ledger options. So this is the task and this is the scope area. Scope area nothing but for which ledger you are creating these options, accounting options for which ledger. So far it is select only. Click on specify ledger options. Click on specify ledger options. Then if you click on manage primary ledger, system will ask you to create a new ledger or else edit existing ledger. So specify ledger options nothing but we are going to perform accounting options for which primary ledger. So if you want to create new, you have to click on create new, or else we already created a ledger. Click on select and add. Click on apply and go to task button. Search your ledger. This is the search criteria. SEP percentile. Hit enter button. Hit on enter button. So this is your ledger. Currently the status is in process status. Click on save and close. So then system will populate specify ledger options for SEP IN primary ledger. This is the general information. What is your ledger? Primary ledger. This is the primary ledger. This is the chart of account structures which you are going to use. This is your currency INR. And this is the accounting calendar you are going to use. First period April 2018. Number of future enterable periods. How many future periods we can open? I am in September. So at least we need to choose one. At least we have to allow to open one future period. That's a default functionality and default business requirement for any business. So number of future enterable periods is 1. So that means I am in September month. Can I open October period now? I am in September and I want to open October period. Based
Yes,
on
you can
current
open.
setups, can I open?
You can open.
Okay, we can open correct. Now I am in September. I want to open November period also. Can I open based on current setups?
No.
No, because the number of future periods 1. So if you make it 2, yes, we can open. So then subledger accounting. What is the accounting method you are going to use? So it is a standard accrual, seeded one which you are using. So if you want, you can define your own.
Sure.
Yeah.
One quick question. So in the setup level, if I number of if I keep it as option 3, option 2 in just in case. So if I want to open the November period without opening the October,
No,
can
you
we
need
do
to
that?
open October. Then still system will allow you to open November also.
Okay.
You need to open October first. So that October is one period. But so if you keep is 1, then system won't allow you to open November. But if you make it 2, that means system will allow you to open October plus November also.
Okay. Got it. Thanks.
Yeah.
I got it.
Okay. Then accounting method I'm going to use standard accrual. Then journal language. Whenever we are going to post journals, in which language you are going to post? American English. So if you want to maintain different journal languages, then which scenario we have to go? I mean, it's a financial. Just I'm asking. Which scenario we have to go? Anyone heard about translations in ledger concepts? Translations. Okay. I mean, it's not financial training. So we have a concept of translations. We can maintain different journal languages also. So it's okay. I'm going to post in American English, seeded one. Then period close. So retained earning account is mandatory. What is retained earning account? So for example, if there is any pending transactions which preventing to close payable periods or receivable periods, so those pending transactions we are going to post in retained earning account, nothing but owner's equity account. That is our own equity account where we are going to post all those pending transactions. So either payable periods or receivable periods. So if you have any pending transactions to close the payable or receivable periods smoothly, so we are going to maintain one retained earning account, which is a owner's equity account. The retained earning account, nothing but whenever you are defining value, the value you have to choose account type as owner's equity only. So then only that account will act as a retained earning account. There we are going to post all these pending transactions, even for financial year closing also. That is the reason for ledger level, at least we need to maintain one retained earning account. So choose retained earning account. See, this is the structure which we defined. Company, MFG company, account, select account. So this is a retained earning account. This is just naming convention, description which we written. But how system functionality will works? So 10,000 is a retained earning account, is a naming convention. How system will know it is a retained earning? So we have to choose account type. Which account type?
Retained.
Sorry? Owner's equity,
Right.
correct? We have to choose account type as owner's equity or wrong?
Yes.
I will show you. So I'm going to log in the application in another browser with same user. With same user, I'm logging to the application with another browser. CP underscore user one. Navigate to setup and maintenance. Navigate to setup and maintenance. Navigate to procurement offering. Select financial reporting structure. Select manage chart of account values at values. Search your chart of account value, SEP percentile. Search account value set. Click on manage values. So search values, percentile, hit search button. So retained earning account, which type of account we need to use?
Equity.
What is this one?
Honor is equity.
Owner's equity. This is just a description. It will work based on the owner's equity account type. So that means whenever you are choosing a retained earnings account, you have to ensure that the value which you are choosing for that value account type is enabled as a owner's equity. And department. No department. And location. No location. So select okay. So retained earning account, first save it. So remaining are complete ledger concepts, like how you want to maintain translation, suspenses. That means, so if there is any mismatch of credits or debits, a suspense line will generate a suspense account. Then for which sub-ledger accounting, and if you want to maintain rounding rules, then which the rounding rules, the rounding amount in which account it has to hit, and as well as so translations for translation purposes, as well as for intercompany. Again, we have intercompany concepts, previous rules, COA rules, as well as ledger rules. How you want to, whether you want to maintain intercompany accounting in this ledger, all these things we have to choose. So, so let's stick till here only. Let's stick till here only. Select, save and close. So we created a primary ledger. We defined the options. So far we created basic primary ledger setup. Then what is the next level of enterprise structure?
Legal entity.
Legal entity. On Monday session, we'll complete legal entity. Then from Tuesday onwards, our real SEM training will start. So from business unit onwards. And please complete the practice in time. Okay. Okay. Any questions, or else we can close this session for today. So most of the times I will close in 1 hour only, as others has to start for office. So sometimes if required, then only I will take 1 hour sessions like that. Can you say which of these can be practiced? I didn't get that. Which of these? Shipya, can you please speak?
Yeah, sure. So can each of us go and do everything that you did, like creating all this? It's a common
No, I
instrument,
mean,
right?
what I will say is whatever we explained initially, please practice only those functionalities. Whatever setups we explained, only configure those setups. Don't go beyond that because you will get confused initially.
Yeah, but even this creating the primary ledger and whatever you did, is it okay for each of us to go and
I mean, don't you
do
mind?
that?
Actually, your voice is a bit low for me. Sorry for that.
I think except a business group, we can create every setup, right? We can give it a try.
Yeah, I mean, so far we created enterprise, we configured as well as. So, I mean, you can try enterprise also. There is no issue. Some others may override, but you can create. There is no issue. Okay, guys. So you people
But we
practice
have
your own way. Someone may update their naming convention, but that won't affect anything. Okay.
Sharath, I have a question here. We can for cloud we have only one enterprise, right?
Yes, only one enterprise.
So you mean to say that we can override? We cannot create
Override
another
the
one.
naming convention and location. That's all.
Okay. So all the setups that you're teaching now can be practiced.
Yes, remaining all setups can be practiced in single environment. Only enterprise name. So we have to override.
Okay, got it.
Okay. Remaining all setups you can practice any setup. But my request is do not disturb existing setups. Create your own setups. Okay, guys.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Okay then. So I
Thank
think
you.
Raghu, can you please ping me your mail ID in WhatsApp once? I still don't have your mail ID, Raghu.
I'll do that. I'll do that right away.
Yeah, please ping me in WhatsApp. Yeah. Okay. So thanks everyone. See you on Monday. Have a nice day.
Thank you, sir.
So Monday
Thank you.
also please join with the same meeting ID. Once we complete enterprise structure, so we'll create a new meeting ID and we'll share it. So next week also please join with the same meeting ID.
Okay.
Thanks for joining.
Okay.
Have a nice day, guys.
Okay.
See you on
Thank
Monday.
you.
See you.